And I lost my virginity at 14?
No, God, no. Jesus.
Oh, yeah. God, no. That's way too late.
I know. I'm just kidding.
Way too late.
Oh, man. I'm just teasing you. So what do you have to say? We never really got past that. Stick with it. Keep going. Don't let people... Is it the typical stuff? Or do you have something really unique that you want to share?
I just feel like if you know that that's what you were put here to do and that's what your passion is, then do it. And don't worry about what other people are telling you or saying it's not possible. Just use it as what Dan said and use it for fuel and make it push you harder to do it.
And what is the most common thing that people say to you at your age?
Are we talking about like the marriage thing? Why am I not married?
Yeah. Like, how do you deal with that?
How the hell did you guys... I had no idea what you were just about to talk about there.
Oh, we had a conversation.
Can I be informed?
Okay, so Tiff and I had a conversation. I don't remember when we had this conversation. It was recently.
Yeah.
And about sort of being 31 years old and trying to pursue singing and acting. And I said, what's the common thing that is the negative?
Why aren't you married? Why don't you have kids?
And that's what people expect, right? They're like wondering why she's choosing following her dream over just...
And then they think there's something wrong with me.
Yeah,
they think they're like, what's wrong with you that no one wants to marry you?
Well, there is something wrong with you. You're not like everyone else.
Well, exactly.
But that's wrong to them.
Yeah, I was going to say
Right.
it's not.
Yeah.
Because everybody's zigging and you're zagging. And they're just like, why aren't you zagging?
Yeah, exactly.
So you're smoking weed then? Zigzag?
Zigzag.
Nice.
Well done.
There we go. I got one over your head for change.
You did.
Yeah, good work. There was another one that you did that I didn't catch. I'm just not used to other people doing them.
Right,
Yeah.
sure.
You know?
You wait for the response rather than the actual pun itself.
Right, because usually when they're talking, I'm like, I'm analyzing what you're saying. Is like, do I got one here? And then if I do, I'm like, ding, 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 and then I'll mention it.
Like the Terminator. Except when you have a good pun, you can kind of deliver. Do you know?
Yeah, exactly.
The Terminator
Precisely
looks
that.
for targets.
Exactly that. Precisely. And then so when you're saying one, I'm like, I didn't get one there.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
he made one.
Yeah, wait a minute.
He's just like screwed up my system.
That's amazing.
It's funny.
What about you, buddy? Do you have any big projects that you're allowed to talk about?
Yeah, we're working with a couple networks to try and get what Jesse and I do on the air.
On the air.
And I think we're gonna land on something. We just have to. That's why we're in this kind of limbo state right now. We're just figuring it out.
Sure.
With some producers out in LA that have some other projects they got to wrap up.
Yeah.
And then we're filming a pilot. We are filming a pilot. That's
Awesome.
definitely gonna happen. It's probably gonna happen by the end of the year. So
Awesome, man.
I only got the reason I'm here too is I got 2 months left on the visa.
Right.
Right, of the 6 months that you're allowed to spend in the States.
Right.
So I'm here for another 2 months.
And then you can go back.
And then I can go back for 2 months, like November, December, and then I got another 6 months. And then within that time, we'll get the visa.
Yeah.
So
Right on.
that's the plan.
That's a bitch of a process, and you're going to have to do that too if you want to get there, right?
Yeah.
What does that entail anyway?
It's a very... It'll be easier for you to actually get it. See, for me, I can get... The problem is you can upload a video anywhere. You
Right.
don't need to do it in the States. If you're getting work there, you're getting actual work.
Right.
That's why if we get this network thing happening, now we have actual work there.
Right.
We can go down there and film and do all that, but it doesn't require us to be there.
Right.
Because I could be in Granton and make the same videos.
Right.
I'd hate my life, but I could do it. I'm just kidding.
Is it that bad?
No, I love living
You
out
love it?
there,
Ah.
honestly. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
It's just so nice and peaceful.
So what are your thoughts on, like, okay, say this, I don't want to be sort of the negative Nancy here, but say that the network thing doesn't happen. You can still, do what you're doing and make it, right? Like there's no...
Yeah, long term, that's a goal. The fact that it's already a conversation is crazy.
Right.
Because that's not anything that we were really expecting so soon. Long term, it is.
Sure.
So we just keep doing what we're doing. I'm having a blast doing it. It's...
Yeah.
So we'll just keep making videos.
And even if it doesn't work out, I mean, do you feel... This is something that I always think about in the future. I think that TV is all going to be internet-based anyway.
Right.
So, like, if you wanted to create your own show, you definitely could get your film crew, get your own ideas, and fucking do it.
Well, essentially, that's what it is anyways. We're already creating our own show. It's just not a national it's not a national network
That picked it up, right?
It's just that's all it is. And to me, I don't think there's ever anything like it didn't work out type of thing. I don't necessarily believe in that. I think if I'm waking up,
Yep.
and I'm doing what I want to do deliberately, it's working out.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if I'm waking up and I'm being creative and I get to be funny and no one's telling me what to do, when to take a bathroom break, when I'm going to be hungry,
Right.
little things like that, then I'm okay. I've done it.
Yeah.
So there's as long as I don't go backwards.
Right.
Just keep staying on that path. And I think that's the same case for you. And it's just a consistent growth, consistently growing and doing what you want to do.
Like the tree, right?
Like the tree.
Like the tree. You're either growing or dying.
Yeah.
You're
Right?
either growing or dying. Every time you quit a job, you're growing.
We still didn't get there. She's not going to
We'll get there by the end of the podcast.
How do you feel about that anyway? I mean, this isn't something, just be honest. I mean,
Feel about what? Quitting my job?
Yeah.
You want to
is
do
it-
it. She knows she needs to do it. I'm answering for
Is
you,
this-
but we've had this conversation.
do you feel like you need like a few more weeks or another month, or what's holding you back
Well,
from doing?
I don't know what my next step is. So I think once I figure that out.
But
then I'll have a
but didn't we decide that it was going to be following your passion and your,
Yeah, but I'm doing that though. I'm only working like 2 days a week.
Okay.
That's not so bad. It was a lot more before, right?
I was
Okay.
working I had a stretch where I worked like 14 days in a row.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, fair enough. I mean, you're taking steps. I think.
Right.
Yeah.
That's-
At least you're taking steps.
Exactly.
So that's great.
Yeah.
Okay.
One
But while
day at a
you're
time.
taking steps in the pool, some other asshole's like, "What's she doing?"
Jump-
and cannonballs in.
Jump in,
They're
right?
gonna learn faster.
Would you think they're going to grow faster? Or do you think growing still takes time?
I think the best way to swim is to get in there and struggle.
Yeah. Struggle
Yeah.
your way through it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, you might drown, but there's a lifeguard. Somebody help you.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah.
Do it under a controlled environment. You're all right.
Yeah. Do it with a lifeguard around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's the whole, because it's a fear. Essentially, it's a fear. Quitting your job, there's some sort of fear, like, oh, I might not have any money. I'm going to
not
run
worried
out of
about
my.
that. I think I'm worried about letting them down. I don't want to let them down. I don't.
Well, you're letting yourself down, so that sucks. That's even worse. But like the whole fear thing.
It sounds like you've got a good coach
Oh,
here.
so-
That's okay.
the whole
That's
like
okay.
the whole fear thing we got. It's like fail early and responsibly. You ever hear that? FEAR. Fail early and responsibly. So I think as long as you're doing it under controlled circumstances.
Yeah. False evidence appearing real. They have a bunch of them, right?
There's a lot of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just talking about that one.
Yeah. False evidence appearing real.
Yeah, it's great. It's perfect.
It is good. And I like the
It's perfect 'cause just to describe what you just said, which is like I don't want to let them down. You have no evidence for that.
yeah.
They'll find another you. They're a business. They expect you to quit.
They won't find another you, but they'll find another person that can do your job.
True. Sorry. Now I'm not the gentleman. I'm the asshole.
There we go.
Yeah.
Well, it's got to go back and forth,
That's fair.
host and
That's
co-host,
fair.
right?
Yeah. 1-1. We'll see what the score is by the end of this thing.
So you brought something over to me tonight, and you have a copy of this as well.
Right.
Let's talk about that for a minute,
Okay.
because right now we might as well hold each other accountable for this.
That's great.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So, first of all, Dan and I are going to be doing a personal growth program from Kevin Trudeau. It's called, I can't even remember what it's called, and I just ordered it.
Mastering your
Wish something? Anyway, we'll figure it out. It's downstairs. Let's talk about your program. We're going to be doing that first, would you say? You want to get that done in 14 days, or do you want to do it at the same time?
You know what? They can actually be intertwined, and it's perfect because
Okay.
one of the things that can coexist with our program is something like this.
Okay.
So it's actually perfect.
Okay, cool.
You might get in on it as well. Who knows?
Absolutely. So we do the 14 days, and then we've got it's called your best year ever, right?
Best year ever. Yeah, it's
Best
a program
year.
I've been doing my whole life.
Yeah.
Not my whole life, not at all. But like since I did it, my life started.
Has changed. Has
Started.
begun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Goal setting, man. So important.
Are you ready for this? It's a year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
This is going to be my best year ever. It's already being my best year ever. So
I agree. I think you're doing fantastic things.
thanks. You too.
You're welcome. Thank you. And so your number one dream, besides being an A-list celebrity.
I don't need to be an A-lister.
Okay, you don't. Okay, you
If
want
I
to.
get there, I think that would be great. But
Okay,
I just want to be able to make a living doing what I love. So if I can succeed with that,
but when you say doing what you love, it's a pretty broad category,
I
right?
know.
What do you see yourself really picking? Like, is it movies? Is it doing something vocally? Is it music? What is it? Like what?
I think that I would prefer movies. I feel more comfortable doing movies. I
Yeah.
mean, I love recording, but I love recording because I can be in a booth by myself. When it comes to actually like singing on stage, it actually makes me quite nervous.
Really?
Which is why I also don't like to perform in live theater.
But you've done some karaoke and done some live
Oh yeah,
streams.
I've gotten a lot better. I've gotten
Right.
a lot better. When I was a kid, I used to have recitals and I would cry after every one because I couldn't breathe properly because I was so nervous. And if you can't breathe properly when you're singing, then you can't sing properly. It's shaky and it doesn't sound good. So I knew that I could sing so much better and I'd be so disappointed in myself because I would go out there and I'd get so nervous and I couldn't do it. So I do suffer with stage fright still, but I've gotten way, way better at controlling it. And now I can actually like just calm myself down and breathe properly when I sing. So it has gotten better, but it's still kind of there.
Do you ever try looking at that as, instead of sort of being nerves that that scare you, as being some kind of excitement?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Does switching your perspective on that help?
Yeah, I think that's more something that I've just recently started doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I mean, everyone said, like, if you talk to the, like, Beyonce or anyone that's up there, they still get nervous when they're going out.
Sure.
So
yeah.
But you just have to channel it in the right way.
Right. What about any kind of anxiety or mental health stuff? Have you ever had any struggles throughout
God,
the years?
yes.
Yeah.
God, yeah.
What has that been like for you? I mean, what have you had to deal with? Any kind of depression at all?
Yep.
Really?
Yep. I've gone through like bouts of really, really bad depression. I was actually on antidepressants, not for long, maybe for like a 2-week period, and then I was like, what am I doing? I don't need these.
Right.
But yeah, it's definitely a hard thing, and you need to learn how to handle it properly and really change your mindset around. But if you don't really have, like, for the people out there who don't really have someone there to help them through those times, I can see where it would be really, really hard for them, and why they would lead towards things like suicide and stuff like that, you know, because they feel like they don't have someone to like get them out of it. You really need someone to sort of help you with juggle your thoughts around.
So who helped you with that?
I'm lucky. I have a really good friend, my best friend Haley. She always has gotten me through like those really tough times.
Tough times.
Yeah. But I think it's normal for people to sort of go through those struggles. Maybe some people struggle more than others, I think.
Yeah. What age was your roughest bout of depression?
I would say it's been an ongoing thing, so it's been like in and out over the years. But I would say it probably started when I was about in high school.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the same as me. What about you, buddy? I didn't ask you this question last time. You ever had any kind of anxiety they got to a point where it kind of crippled you, or any kind of depression, or have you always been kind of...
Yeah, looking back at it now, I'd word it differently.
Yeah, what would you tell me that?
I just think it's a lack of gratitude. 95% of the time. Yes, sometimes there is chemicals like imbalancing going on in your mind. Where it's causing depression, where like the happy, endorphins are just not being created. Broke my phone again. See, it's just, like, I think at the end of the day, in most cases, you're not depressed. You're just... You're spoiled,
okay,
and you're not being grateful for what you have,
right?
Because a lot of the things that you really should be grateful for, you got for free, and we place little value on them, and we're not caring about them and respecting them,
right?
And so we look
at a lot
at
of people who are depressed that aren't spoiled, though. I don't know if I'd use that term.
No, you're spoiled because you know what? You're spoiled in the sense that you are lucky you're even alive.
Yes,
you are lucky you are even alive. You are spoiled rotten. The fact that you made it here.
Yeah.
The fact you got here. Because you had a 1 in a billion chance to get here. You kidding me?
Yeah. You hit the lottery. I've heard that before as well. It's like Gary V. Yeah, Gary V talks about that.
But even before that, I've kind of just now changed my mindset to thinking about that. It's just there's always something to be grateful for, regardless of what is going on. So I think for me... anxiety through the roof, panic attacks through the roof. I had them so often; it was unreal. I actually have a whole segment of a book that I'm writing on anxiety and my belief on it and what I think it really is, and which at the end of the day is a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah,
it's a sea of bullshit. Anxiety, that whole term. What does that even really mean?
Sure,
so.
But it is. I mean, you did get these feelings at one point in time, right?
Right, but you get them. I think you
get them based on your way of thinking.
It's a thought process.
Your way of thinking, and a lot of stuff that affects your thinking, which is food, which is diet, which is going to have a big effect on your thinking as well, I believe.
Yep.
So you change all those little things up, start being grateful, and start caring about things in a different way.
Right.
You'll start enjoying the small moments.
Sure.
Smiling.
Sure.
Just finding a reason to smile, and you'll have them if you search for them, if you find them.
Yep.
And a lot of times, people that have anxiety and depression, I'll challenge them, and it's funny when you're talking to them, they'll want to hang on to it. Mm-hmm. They want to hold it
because they're getting something out of it.
Yeah,
right?
They almost enjoy it. So and then when you try to get them to look at it differently, they don't want to. Mm-hmm. They want to stay on the fact that no, this is shitty because it actually feels good to them.
Right.
So until you make that switch.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of talk about that and what you get out of being anxious and being depressed, whether it's something that's been programmed as a kid. And I think last time I sort of mentioned that when you are sick as a kid, you tend to get more attention